Dude, this game is really good. Not for the incest. Let me clear the waters. I am not condoning incest. This isn't my cup of tea. I don't live I don't live there. You know what I'm saying? Let's first and foremost, let's get that clear, okay? I'm not condoning incest. But
Sometimes things just are what they are. It's time for you to wake up.
I knew it. I knew it. Oh, I love this ending. Luis Antonio released a banger for 25 bucks on Steam, dude. Oh my. Oh, this shit is so fire. Okay. This fucking game is fire, dude. Was this hypnosis or all in his head? Forcibly this was him forcibly forgetting everything. This was self hypnosis? No, this is just him being a fucking. This was him being obsessed with his sister, blocking everything out, blocking everything people were saying about how morally wrong and disgusting and disturbing this is, and reliving a time frame where everything was literally perfect in his eyes. He was so obsessed with his sister that the greatest, the best case scenario was him coming home from work to his wife, to his sister, who had just prepared something for dessert, giving him news that they were going to have a child together. And what I believe is, I believe that the cop and I believe that the father are one and the same person, right? One reason being is they're voiced by the same character, right? Another thing being they look practically the same outside of the cop being bald. They both have the same facial hair. What I think is, I think the cop and the father are a therapist. I think they are the main character's therapists telling him about how him fantasizing about how much he loves his sister is wrong. And because the therapist is the one talking about how this stuff is wrong, he is the bad guy in these stories. He is the person trying to stop the wife and the husband from getting together, ruining things. He's the father trying to keep the main character from stopping things with his daughter because they're wrong. The thing about the father constantly calling him monster, monster, that those being his last words as he was dying, are probably significant of the fact that the main character is trying to relive this same 12 minutes over and over and over again. ignoring reality and only playing back the things that he loves the most. Constantly in his head, replaying it whenever something insignificant comes and tampers with what his perfect world is. Resetting everything so he could start again from scratch, living back to his perfect world. If we go back to the ending where
God, I did not think I could love someone this much.
I double promise. Yeah, okay. I'll be right there.
You know what happens when you talk like that. Follow me.
Promise it'll be worth your while.
Hey,
Hey yourself.
Hi, honey. Hello.
Just, can you hold me?
what? No. No. What else do I... I did everything right. I did everything right.
that that was gross, but oh fuck. If you recall, during that whole scenario, everything had to be literally positive in order for us to get that. So we had to talk about when the sister discussed how we were going to have the baby, how do you feel about it? We were the ones that had to be like, oh, it's going to be great. Things are going to be perfect. And then it went into this old like, oh, I can't believe how much I love you. That was the best ending in the main character's eyes. I did everything right. That was the it was not the morally right decision, right? It was disgusting, but in the main character's eyes, that was perfect for him. That's how he wanted life to live. But then the time loop is every 12 minutes, so when it reset, he's asking himself, how did I mess this up? This is everything. I did everything right. To everyone, it's wrong, right? But to the main character, it's perfect. That's the best ending for him. Reliving the same perfect world over and over and over again, resetting that world whenever something seems like it's not right, it's going to tamper with this. Making anyone who tells him this is wrong the bad guy, the cop, the father. That's a monster. You feel me? Like, that's why they're all calling him a monster. Because that shit is wrong. It's morally wrong. Ooh. What did hold on. I don't give a fuck about any of the other endings. I got the ending that I wanted. I got what I wanted out of this game. But I want to look at something. I hear something.
Fine. Hey, it's only by forgetting that we ever really dropped the thread of time and approached the experience of living in the present moment.
It's in forgetting that we drop the thread of time and approach the experience of living in the present moment. The red book literally tells you what's going on. That lines up with what this ending says.
You do have a remarkable imagination.
You have a remarkable imagination.
The stories you've created.
Creating stories.
But believing them so strongly, so deeply is unhealthy.
Believing these stories so strongly is unhealthy. The main character is fucked in the head.
You have to let her go.
You have to let her go.
You can't keep obsessing over her.
He's obsessing over her.
Sometimes things just are what they are. It's time for you to wake up.
That's it, dude. We did it. We figured out the game. This right here too. This is indicative of the fact that the main character feels like something's missing after we had come to the realization ourselves that us going after our sister is wrong. That's why the apartment is all bare bones and there's nothing but the watch for us to go back in time and redo that mistake. That's why the apartment's empty like this. It's because his life is empty now because he doesn't have his soulmate anymore. Without his sister, he doesn't have anything. That's what that means.
Sometimes things just are what they are. It's time for you to wake up.
And this is like the voice in his head. I'm assuming it's a therapist telling him this stuff. The police officer, or the cop, I'm sorry, and the father this whole time, they're both representative of bad in the main character's eyes. Which makes sense, because that's why they're voiced by the same person. They're one and the same. Bravo, man. This is insane. Bravo. I'd have to reset my data. Oh, this is so sick. This game is fire.
Hit my phone, yeah. Moshi, yeah. Got the